Hi, my name is Kelly Costanza. I am 45 years old. I live in Kenner, Louisiana with my husband, Ricardo. I was diagnosed with triple negative invasive ductal carcinoma in February of 2018 at Ochsner, and I had an amazing team of physicians that have taken care of me. I've had all my surgeries at Ochsner, and then I switched to East Jefferson General Hospital for my medical oncology, and I am being cared for by an amazing team, including Dr. Carrie Marquette, all the wonderful nurses, including Abby Labite, and everybody there, from my radiologist to the entire radiologist team. About 3 weeks ago, I just found out that I had a recurrence of my breast cancer, and I'm now stage 4 and terminal, and I do have it pretty spread throughout my body, but I started chemo last week, I started radiation last week, and I plan to fight until the end. I have my biggest support system, which is my family, and especially my husband. My husband Rix takes care of everything I ever need, and he's by my side, and he truly is my rock. An amazing person, amazing husband. My parents love me. I have a strong faith, and I have an amazing network that have created Kelly's Crew, and they are all backing me up and send me support and love every day, either by phone or by just even a little message on the internet, which has really gotten me through some really tough and dark times. But especially earlier this year when I joined Unite, I was able to really find a whole group of women that I can connect with and that have really been able to relate to me and support me in a way that I truly appreciate. So I'm grateful to Unite. I'm grateful to all my physicians at Ochsner, all of my surgeons, Dr. Jamie Zampel, Dr. Amy Mackey, and all the nurses that have treated me with such love and grace in the hospital, especially when you're going through such a difficult time. So I hope that you listen and enjoy my story, and thank you again, Unite. My story begins in 1975 when I was born, the first child to Kathy and Steve. My younger brother Matt came along 3 years later. We were raised in the Catholic church and school that was down our street. Looking back on the neighborhood of my childhood, I see it as fun-filled and magical. We left the house early in the morning, and we were out all day with our neighborhood friends. My 2 next-door neighbors, Jennifer and Elizabeth, were born shortly after me. We attended all our schooling together and are to this day like sisters. My brother and I are very blessed to have the very best parents, loving and supportive, who would do anything in the world to take care of us. The most special tradition of my childhood was Friday night dinner at my Nana's house. Every Friday from the time I was born until I turned 26 years old, we gathered at my Nana's house for dinner each Friday, rain or shine. Life took me to Nicholls State University for college, where I made new lifelong friendships. But my start at college was a little bit bumpy. I was guided to major in business. It was a huge mistake, but it was what my pop steered me to. He wanted me to be successful, and he loved me so much he wanted me to be able to support myself. But I had no business being in business as a major. It was a complete disaster. I was floundering for about 18 months, struggling to get passing grades on business classes, all the while thinking, how am I going to finish college? One day, I sat looking at an accounting test and did not know and could not answer one question. I was devastated and I started to cry. I approached the professor and told her I thought I was in the wrong major, and she completely agreed. She guided me back to the back of the campus, and I finished my degree with social work and have a master's of social work now from Tulane University. I am proud of myself for letting my heart lead me instead of my head. I love being a social worker, and my master's of social work degree is to this day the thing that I am most proud of completing. I believe my pop is proud of me too, and my Nana, I think she looks down on me and smiles, even though I never got that business degree. During my 20s, I developed many relationships that have lasted for life, and I learned about the person that I wanted to be. I entered the field of hospice, not realizing that in my early 40s, I would be faced with my own mortality when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Working in hospice has taught me so much about the importance of living in the moment, not taking special relationships for granted, and sharing my gifts with others. It has been a privilege to care for and be present with individuals and their families at end of life. My hospice family, who are the many social workers, nurses, aides, and providers that I've worked with, have brought so much joy into my life and make each day at work a pleasure. The relationship that has meant most to me in my life is my marriage to my husband, Rix. He is my best friend, my rock, and when faced with the most challenging event of our marriage, my cancer diagnosis, Rix stepped in to become my caretaker. I tell him all the time, I don't know what I would do without you, or thank you. He shrugs off those statements and make me feel like I am the most important person in the world. Rix has given me the time and space to come and accept my own diagnosis slowly with time. He has shown me what it means to be here in sickness and in health. And I have watched the man I love, who I have known since he was 5 years old, flourish as a husband. On my best days and on the days I couldn't get out of bed, the person who I call on and who is always there is my Rix. I know my Nana loved him growing up as Matt's best friend, and she must be looking down on us with a smile. My story took a turn about 3 weeks ago when I learned that my cancer has a recurrence. I appreciate you for listening to my story, and please keep me in your prayers. I intend to fight to the very end, and I have a Kelly's crew, my husband Rix, and all of my family and friends by my side, including my new Unite family. Thank you.